It just went from her flying off in her sexy new outfit to a cabin in the woods to crazy bitch. And I was like, no.
Hello, and welcome to Incomplete Geeks, a gay geek podcast. I am your co-host, John. Over there is your co-host, Nick, the Jean Gay to my Scarlet Bitch. Today we are talking about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, aka Doctor Strange 2. If you've not seen it, don't listen to this episode. I have nothing else to say.
Please go and see it in the cinemas.
Go
and
and see
then come back.
And then come back.
Add this to your episodes, download it, and then come back.
You've got time. You're going to want to. You're not going to want to miss this action-packed episode where we discuss the film itself and its broader implications for the MCU. We're both Marvel geeks, right?
Yes.
Okay. So there's not much thing to be said, and as opposed to backgrounds of Star Trek or whatever else. But we can just say we've both seen the film recently.
Yes. I went to see it at 11 a.m. on Thursday so that I could avoid spoilers.
Yes.
Which I'm glad I did because they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. I went to go see it Friday evening, which was annoying to me because I now have a full-time job, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, so I have to go watch movies in cinemas like a peasant on Friday evening.
I have a full-time job too. I just booked the day off because that's how important I take this. I
believe that you did.
I take it seriously.
Well, I did think that I was going to go with friends on Sunday afternoon.
But you don't have friends.
To avoid...
Oh.
You didn't have to point that out. You're rubbing salt in the wound. Well, no, what is true, though, is I didn't have any friends who wanted to go see that with me at that time, and which is pretty much the same thing as not having any friends, which is fine. I mean, Friday, went to the early Friday one. There's a cinema really close to my work, which I discovered, so I went there by myself. Not the first time I'd seen a Marvel film by myself, but I watched it on Friday, and I was able to avoid spoilers up to that point, and also I avoided watching trailers for the previous 2 weeks or so, which I think was to my benefit, which I will get to later. But we have both seen it. I liked it. Let's do an overview. I enjoyed the film. I liked it.
I didn't.
You didn't like the film? Fine. I thought that there were bumps in the storytelling, but overall a good film. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
I am not a casual Marvel fan. Mm-hmm. I am a fanatically enthusiastic Marvel fan. So MCU is obviously a very big deal, and Scarlet Witch is my favorite character in the MCU. Oh. So it's fair to say that expectations were probably unfairly high. But no, I left feeling very, very disappointed in it.
Okay.
I've had several days to kind of chill out and watch lots of people talking about why they liked it and lots of clips and stuff like that.
Were you grieving?
I was, because it was
Were you grieving like Wanda?
The thing is, it was like it should have been the best film I've seen, because all I've been waiting for is more and more screen time for her, because she just has little bits and little action bits, and they're my favourite films are the ones that she's in. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, she's getting her own show, and then she's getting her own film. This is going to be amazing. And it wasn't. So I'm like, what's the point? Do I even care anymore? Do I even care? I didn't love it. I'm really, really happy, because I told lots of people, I didn't love it. And then when they went to see it, they're like, I really liked it. It was fun. And I'm like, okay, good. I'm glad people are enjoying it. I'm glad it's making money. Yay, Lizzie, yay.
You've basically lowered their expectations, so therefore they loved it.
Possibly, yeah, and that's fine. Again, we've said spoilers, right? Spoilers. We're gonna talk about the endings.
We're talking about the whole film.
All of it.
Yes.
I was really worried that everyone was gonna hate it, because I was like, this is ridiculous. This is bad. And then I was really worried everyone was gonna slag it off, and it was potentially Elizabeth Olsen's last film. And because she supposedly dies at the end, which she probably hasn't. And I thought, that's such a shitty end to, she's been doing this for 7 years. I love her. And the end was like, this film that even I didn't like. But apparently that's not the case. People enjoyed it. So
people did enjoy it.
It's me being possibly being melodramatic. But I don't think it was very good, and it could have been and should have been.
Mm-hmm.
So
I want to ask you questions about that
Tell
as
me.
well, but I want to say first of all that obviously you're completely entitled to not like it. That's there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't know. I don't know what the score is on like Rotten Tomatoes or anything, but
I don't know either, actually.
I hear that there's like it's like mixed. I have a few friends who didn't like it, who rated it really really lowly amongst MCU films. In terms of the ending, I do agree with you that it was kind of a weird send off. Like I don't know if I want to call it a send off because she's been built up to be, corrupted by this book, which is very clearly set out. It's not about her character; it's about her circumstances. She's been corrupted, But then my point is that at the very end, when she kind of, we want to, she's kind of redeemed by realizing her error and then destroys the Darkhold in a universe. That's too quick, I think. I think that they went that way too fast. You're building up, and then there wasn't a good payoff. If the people who made the film want us to feel like she's been redeemed, I didn't get that.
Also, it's exactly what they said would happen at the beginning of the film. They're like, what are you going to do when you see this Wanda from another reality? And she's like, meh. And then she saw Wanda from another reality, and she was like, oh.
Yeah.
Did you watch WandaVision?
All of it.
Okay. So another irk I have is, and Jack Schaefer, the showrunner of WandaVision, said it. And I was glad, because when I watched WandaVision, I read the comics, I love Dark Phoenix, so I thought they were going to do the route that they did in the film. I thought, woman has grief, woman becomes incredibly powerful, goes crazy, kills people. And they didn't do that. And until they didn't do that, I didn't realize how much of a trope that is in comics. Mm-hmm. Obviously, starting with the Phoenix Saga, that sort of thing. It's become very much a normal thing for female characters. They become very strong, they go crazy, they go evil. And Wanda's done it several times in the comics, and that's all they do. And when they didn't do it in WandaVision, when she became powerful, she dealt with her grief and accepted it and started moving on at that final episode and became the Scarlet Witch. I thought, that's brilliant. I'm so glad I was wrong. I'm so glad I was wrong with my predictions that she didn't just go crazy and kill everyone. Straight away, she's crazy and starts killing everyone. It just pisses over everything.
Yeah.
All that wonderful arc that she had in that show is just completely gone. Completely gone the second she takes down that illusion. It's like... And it's come out that Sam Raimi didn't watch WandaVision.
Oh, really?
Which sounds really shitty, and fuck you.
Yeah.
But
totally.
also because they'd started production before WandaVision was finished, so he couldn't have watched it.
Right, okay.
Before he started, because that's not possible, because they started pandemic-wise. Yeah. So I felt a bit hurt and betrayed by Wanda's arc.
You've touched on something that I want to talk about as well, which is the relationship of this film to other TV shows. Because I've heard people say, oh, they've completely ignored Loki, they've completely ignored WandaVision, they've completely ignored No Way Home, and I don't think that's fair in all regards. Because on the one hand, I think they filmed it before, like you said, they started production. It was kind of hard to sort of create a good through line, but I think what geeks like I'm generalizing obviously, but I think that what really really appeals to people who love the MCU in particular, or any sort of universe, is the coherence of it across different media. So even if you don't address WandaVision or Loki with the multiverses or whatever, like at least sort of don't play against it. And I was okay with it not mentioning Loki, or like I think there's like one line where it mentions Spider-Man, but obviously they don't know who Peter Parker is because of that film.
But apparently
Spoilers.
they still know who Spider-Man is then.
Yes, because they know they know that Spider-Man was a figure in the the Infinity War, etc.
Well, that's interesting as well. So do we think, because the MCU's been so well interconnected, because it's been one guy overseeing it and that sort of stuff, now that there's TV shows and films, do you think they've overreached? I
think they're verging on the possibility. I don't think there's anything glaring that has been breached yet. Now that Marvel is producing the TV shows. So like Agents of Shield was their own thing. Agents of Shield had a Darkhold. They had a Ghost Rider. They had other things that I've never mentioned. But that's
the Darkhold series was really good. Was it Ava?
I haven't seen it. I started watching that show when I was like, it's like TV.
It is TV.
It's TV triteness. No, it's TV fluff.
It is TV fluff, but the series with the Darkhold in it, that Eva, I'm sure it's Ava, sorry, call in now if that's wrong, would have been the perfect place for that show to finish.
Yeah.
It was because they always do like a long build up, because they have one story at the beginning of the 24 episodes, blah, blah, blah. And the final, 12 was this. And it was such a brilliant build up, great characters, and would have been a perfect place to kill off Mac, because God, he was annoying.
Which one's he?
Big black religious guy.
Haven't met him yet. He's not in the beginning, is he?
Probably not, no.
Okay, fine.
Would have been great to do all that, but they just obviously renewed it because it's network television, so they just had to keep it going for like 3-4 more seasons. It would have been such a great finale. So, hope that wasn't a spoiler for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but if you watch it...
It's been on for how many years now?
Like, no, I meant for you, if you're trying to watch it.
It's not high on my list.
You'll never get around to it then.
No. I'd sooner finish watching Iron Fist, which I'm not really excited about, before I watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I finished watching Iron Fist. Did they do a second series?
I think, yeah, they did.
Oh, then no, I didn't. I didn't finish. I didn't do a second series.
Because they needed to bring Colleen Wing back and make her team up with Misty Knight.
I love those two. But they were brilliant. I love Colleen and Misty. They were both excellent, but...
Yeah.
That's a conversation for a different day.
We'll get to the Netflix TV shows another day.
Because they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do about him.
What, Charlie Cox?
No, because Charlie Cox... About Danny Rand. Because they'll bring back, hopefully, 3 of them, because they are brilliant. But just they can't bring back Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage. All 3 brilliantly cast, brilliantly played it.
Yeah.
But they can't bring him back. It's just awful. The whole show was awful. I'm just really...
Yeah, well, the whole show was awful, and so was Inhumans. They just sort of ignored that as well. Same showrunner as well, by the way.
No, what? Iron Fist?
As Iron Fist. I think both seasons, but definitely the first, and it tanked. I don't know if they got a different guy for the second one. I'm not that much of I'm an incomplete geek in that regard, but I think that they had him do Inhumans as well. Like, they'd already signed him, and that started tanking miserably, and so they just got rid of him completely.
I did one episode of Inhumans. It was that bad that I couldn't even continue.
Why?
Black Bolt's hot, though. Like, he's in Star Trek. He's hot.
Yeah.
But it's awful.
Did you know that was him in the film as well?
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, I stayed to watch the credits because I am that kind of geek, and I was like,
I think everybody should be that kind of geek. You gotta watch. Although, that was awful.
Watching the credits?
The post credit scene.
Oh, that was dumb. Although my friend who went on Thursday as well, he's like, you can watch the first post credits, obviously. Don't stay till the end. It's so dumb. And all it is like, it just tells you to go home. It's just dumb. And I'm like, okay. But I kind of want to just say that I did.
But it also feels like he was like, it's over. He was so happy that it's over. And I was like, ugh, me too. Let's get the fuck out of here.
That's funny.
Get the fuck out of here. Ugh.
Also, he looks directly into the camera. Which reminds me, all characters did that at some point. Wanda does it.
I know Wanda did it.
Doctor Strange does it. There's a brief moment when he's falling through the first portal with America.
Oh, when they do the... Okay.
Right as he... And I saw it in the trailers as well. Right as he sort of goes into the universe where they turn into blocks. There's like a brief moment when he like looks directly into the camera. And I'm like, is this intentional? Or is it just...
that's cute. I didn't notice that. That's nice.
I don't know. I can't remember who else does.
No, I remember the Wonder one. That was good. See, looking back at it now and like because basically everyone just puts everything on TikTok. So I've just rewatched the whole film because people have recorded it in theaters. Mm-hmm. Like all of her bits, because I just obviously follow everyone who loves Wanda.
Yeah.
No one loves Doctor Strange, so they're just posting and talking about that.
So
I really liked all of it. But...
One person at work today, because I told everybody I was watching it seeing the film on Friday. So like 3 people came up to me and said, "How did you enjoy it?" Who had seen it as well, and one of them said that Doctor Strange was their favorite character. So they do exist.
They do exist, of course. I suppose they do. That's fine. Yeah.
That's fine. We'll let them have their thing. They're entitled to that as well.
I'm not following them though.
No. So that was What else?
So maybe like. maybe it would be better on a rewatch. I don't know if I could do another cinema rewatch.
You probably don't have to.
I think I'll.
It's fine.
But I feel bad. Poor
Let's.
Wanda.
So, another thing I wanted to talk about was the actual story itself, because this is where I have a beef, which I didn't realize I had a beef with it, because she's obviously, like you mentioned, the crazy woman killing everybody, and
although she does it beautifully.
Oh yeah, it's great.
She played it brilliantly.
Unhinged perfectly.
The thing where she comes out the mirror.
That was great.
Fucking brilliant. And my favourite thing was Run, where she like gets in the guy's head. So when they're like,
oh yeah.
She's just
The bit with the mirror is one of my favorite bits, and it was taken like it's not like a CGI fight. It's just like her sort of figuring it out. And there's like the one shot where she reaches out to the mirror, and it turns out that she's reaching down into a pool. That's brilliant. I loved it. And her crawling out of the gong, like the ring, like the woman for the ring. I was like, oh, okay, this is a horror
brilliant.
Film. Yeah, there were bits of that was really nice. But in terms of story, let's think about
where did it lose you then?
Let's break this down. It lost me. To be fair, I didn't think of it until after the film, because I did enjoy the film, and then I was thinking like, hang on, if Wanda has access to all of these universes, she's looking for her kids. Why isn't she looking for her brother? Why isn't she looking for a universe with Vision in it? Whatever happened to White Vision? Why isn't he around? Maybe that's just 616. But why are we focusing on the kids so much? It doesn't really make sense. They shout at her, which is brilliant, and then she's like, I would never hurt anybody.
Like, you just killed a load of people.
You just killed a load of people.
That's fine. I don't mind.
She's unhinged. Well, she's crazy woman, but it is. I'm okay with the crazy woman story aspect because I can blame it on the Darkhold. Because in the story they say that she's corrupted by the Darkhold.
Yeah, that was so weak though. It's like, oh yeah, she's crazy. Like it would have been. Again, you don't have time, and this is wishful thinking. So, like that would have been a great show or a great film to watch her using the Darkhold to just like get a little bit more powerful, and then it
get a little bit more crazy.
It just went from her flying off in her sexy new outfit to a cabin in the woods to crazy bitch. And I was like, no.
Yes, so that's why I say there were bumps in terms of storytelling. Also, let's talk about the sorcerers. They're sorcerers. What are they doing? They should have a lot more. They should have a lot more things magic at their disposal, but they're like struggling again. Okay, to be fair, like she's very powerful, but also like like Christine Palmer says, you're a master of the mystic arts. Like, hello, there's Wong. He's like on a ledge. He just starts climbing up it. Like, no, you're Sorcerer Supreme.
He's the Sorcerer Supreme. He's supposed to be more powerful than Doctor Strange, but he didn't really do much. He's English. Did you know that?
What, the actor?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. No, I didn't know that.
I had no idea. I just saw interviews with him for this. I don't know why I'd never seen an interview with him up until now. He's been in this franchise for fucking years.
And we don't complain about his accent.
No, not at all. No.
I will say as well, I was listening for BC's accent, and it was fine. I didn't hear any sort of Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh.
I didn't hear any, like, it wasn't as bad as No Way Home, it wasn't as bad as Power of the Dog, and other things that he's done.
I don't really care about Cumberbatch.
I know.
Elizabeth did lose her accent at the beginning. I was like, is this on purpose? Like when they're in the orchard.
In the apple orchard? Do you mean like her Sokovian accent?
Yeah, she loses it a bit. It's like, no, there's specific times when you lose your accent. It's important that you remember that, but no one seemed to care. But that's fine. I don't care. She's awesome. Hair's great.
Hair's great.
Her hair is great.
What shampoo are you using?
I liked it better at the end of WandaVision. It was bigger. It had a lot more volume. This is a bit more greasy and manic. But I suppose that suits the character.
It is, yeah. And her costume was darker as well. Did you notice that?
She didn't have her arms out.
And the arms, yeah. But like, no, there was like bits of black on her costume as well as her fingers.
Yes, I did notice that.
So, yeah, Sorcerers disappointed me. Oh yeah, because what's really cool about superhero films, for me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks this, is not just people having powers, but people using them cleverly. Which is why when you have two X-Men who use powers together that in a way that you wouldn't normally see, that's really cool. Or like when even in the Avengers, when Thor zaps Iron Man's suit, like it's clever because you're using superpowers in clever ways. They didn't even do that here. They're
all sorcerers, so they all have like all the powers.
Yeah, you got a orange shield type thing. Great. What else? Although I do like Wong's moves with the little whip thing. I forget what it's called.
Oh, I have no idea.
There's a word for it. I
I'm
forget.
sure there is. I have no idea what it is.
So there's that as well. Now, can we talk about the cameos?
Did you see them coming? Because obviously we knew you'd seen the trailer, so you knew Professor X was going to be.
I knew, yeah, because I was talking about Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, I didn't know, but I assumed he'd be in it. I feel very validated.
We're still talking about Professor X.
No, we're talking about Reed.
We're talking about Reed. Okay, yeah. We can talk about each one separately, but we'll talk about Reed first.
Yeah, because that's the big one, and I did predict that. I should have done a prediction. I should have recorded my predictions, because now it's like, sure you did. It's like, no, I did think he would be. I did wonder, like, would they put him in as like a variant so that he can be like, all right, I've done it now, shut up. So they
for the fans, yeah,
just for the fans, so they can cast someone else as the main thing.
They still can. But...
They can. That would be stupid though, right?
It'd be dumb.
That'd be so weird to be like, here you go, but also no, here's Ralph Fnargan, who's going to be Reed Richards. Like, what?
Why did you say Ralph Boner?
I was going to Ralph
Here's
Boner.
Ralph Boner.
Here's some random person who's going to be Reed, not John Krasinski, who was in it already. But they could do that, but that would be stupid too.
So
he's perfect. He's just perfect.
He works for me. Yeah.
It is such a difficult character to make anyone give a shit about, and he can do it. Like, he was morose and miserable Mr. Fantastic in this one. He could be also absent-minded, goofy professor, or whatever approach he wants to take in it. He can do, and he can also be bulky, sexy Mr. Fantastic, which all of his body parts elongate. Which they did say in the comic one time. Sue Storm did say, is like, oh, maybe they'll realize why you're really called Mr. Fantastic.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Woo!
I mean, of course.
Oh my god, of course. Anyway, smash or pass?
Smash.
Oh, he won't.
Total smash.
So, yeah, he's perfect for it. I wonder how long they're going to wait now that he's been in it to officially announce it, because the film's coming out like next year or something. I don't know.
The Fantastic Four film. Yeah, well,
It's not next year. It's got to be the year after. It's got to be 24.
Well, they're going to change the date.
Yeah, that's true. They'll change
before then anyway. So Reed.
Yes.
I did not know he was going to be in it. So
Did you suspect he would be in
it? Okay. Here's why I think it's very important to stop watching speculations and breakdowns, which I love watching, but I will limit it. I should probably limit it now to none. But I used to watch it like when you watch breakdowns of episodes of Marvel TV shows, like, oh, here's an Easter egg you might have missed. It's quite interesting how they do that now. But they do so much speculation nowadays, and I'm talking about like YouTube clips, which is where they all come from. You know the ones.
I do.
And obviously they're tying into the comics, which is interesting because from a story perspective, you want to know where the story comes from, which I think is interesting. But it gives too much away. And so when I realized that they're breaking down, like, we're going to zoom into this 1 second and a half clip where it's Captain Marvel blasting Scarlet Witch. But if you zoom in, it's, you try to enhance and brighten it. It's a black person. You're like, well, I mean, I wasn't going to know that by being a layperson. And so that was when I was like, there's a lot of speculation, and I'm going to leave it as that, speculation. So I did hint that, he was, if this was going to be the Illuminati, that Reed Richards is one of the Illuminati. And I stopped there because of nothing else was confirmed. And I did know that it was rumored that he would, like, fanfic, he would be a great Reed Richards. So he showed up and I was like, huh, okay, yeah.
That was not my reaction. It was interesting.
You're like, oh.
It was much more like smacking my friend in, because I've been talking about it for years. It's
like, that's good. That's a good reaction that they want you to have.
That's the reaction.
I watched it by myself though, so I couldn't really smack my stranger.
I know,
So that's Reed. Reed's done. Lashana Lynch as
I love Lashana.
Maria. Which one's the mom? I always get confused. Monica?
Maria.
Maria's the mother. Maria Rambeau, Captain Marvel, loved it. Loved
I
her.
love Lashana Lynch, and that's great. It was wonderful. Again, like, she was taken out by a statue. I'm like, what? I don't think that was realistic, but, you know.
How else are you going to get rid of Captain Marvel?
Scarlet Witch could have done something cool and magic-y. I think they didn't creatively think about that. They were thinking about it like a regular fight. It's like, she's got magic. You can do something cool.
Yeah.
Make her internally combust or something like that, rather than she flew into a side of a wall.
Yeah. The statue. Yeah, the statue was so dumb. I was like,
That was
okay.
dumb. That was good.
Was it like a symbolic statue or something? Like, what was it?
Oh, was it of someone? I don't even
I don't know.
No,
I feel like there's a brief moment where she looks at the statue. I'll pull it down. Whatever. Haley Atwell as Captain Carter. I thought that was fantastic. I loved seeing her there. I think that's
she looked great.
She looked great.
Considering it had been like CGI, a cartoon.
Yeah.
When she'd been there,
yeah.
She looked really like brilliant as it.
Yeah, and she did the voice for the cartoon as well.
She did. Yeah, it was good, and I could do this all day.
Yeah.
Great. Obviously, she couldn't because.
Nope. Because magic.
She, in fact, could not. But, no, I mean, again, this is one of the things looking back on it, I was like, that's such a great fight. And she just yeeted all of them. She took out all of them.
Yes.
So that's brilliant. But
I feel like when it comes to Captain America in any variation versus another person, they really have to try really hard to make it an even fight. Because we all want to love Captain America. We all want to like root for the the patriotic guy. And I know that Captain Carter isn't American, but you know what I mean. Like,
better. She's English.
It's just a human with a shield.
Even better.
Even better.
English.
I know.
Agreed. Yeah. You ain't gonna beat the Scarlet Witch.
But the thing is, like, she goes down by being bisected by this shield, and it's like, you couldn't dodge that one. Like, what? Would you? I don't know. It's storytelling.
I didn't mind that. And
who else?
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. Looking old.
Wonderful. He
Loved
does
it.
look old, but that's because he's old.
Yeah.
I felt so lovely and calm when he was on screen. I was like, he just stole the scene whenever he was in it, because he was just Professor X.
Yeah.
Like, I love you as Picard. Of course I love you as Picard. But he was just Charles Xavier when he was just talking. And I loved but also hated that they played the 90s music.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, they're playing it. Oh. That's a bit...
That was... Yeah, but that was like fan service for people like me who love the 90s music.
We all do. But that whole fucking section was fan service. You didn't need to...
Yeah.
That's when it started. It's like, it's a bit goofy.
This is my overview of the cameos as a whole. Like, they were just functional as cameos. And so either they're cameos, they're there for like 2 seconds, or they're actually given a meaty part and doing something, because they were there for an incorrect amount of time to be cameos. I wanted either something a bit more substantial, like did they help out a little bit? Like if it's a surprise, oh look, Reed Richards is actually helping them far away as far as he can to till they leave his dimension, his universe, versus here I am and they don't even leave the building before he gets torn up, like.
Fair enough, but then it would have been about that rather than about Wonder Story. I worry, because one of my favourite things about the Marvel films is how they managed to give me exactly what I wanted. How, like, when we were waiting for Endgame, I was like, oh my god, I would just die if Carol comes up to the ship and saves Tony.
Yeah.
And Carol comes up to the ship and saves Tony. I was like, fuck you, this is amazing. But I think it's a very fine line between doing something that's for the fans and fan service.
Yeah.
Like, so... Yeah. What's the example that I think of that I hate where it's just... Star Wars. Sorry to slag off Star Wars, but so much of it is just fan service. It's like, oh, here's the same character again. It's like, oh, we're on... I don't even know what the names of the planets are. It's just like self-referential, like callbacks when...
Without substance.
It's just like, oh, here's this guy from the originals. Ooh. It's like it's
Yeah.
like 4 films on. Like it's not much for universe. It's a very fine line between all of it just being fan service without any substance to doing it because it's brilliant and it's brilliant because the fans will love it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm making myself clear, but
I think I know what you mean because I touched on this last week when we were talking about Wrath of Khan, didn't we? And I was like, the fan
it's a
service
callback to it.
was a
Yeah,
callback.
yeah. But it didn't make any sense.
It didn't make
Yeah.
the weight wasn't there.
Yeah, so I feel because if they with the whole Reed Richards thing, it's like, is John Krasinski like a little nod to the audience,
Yeah.
or are you just catering? Are you just like, is it all fan service? Is everything now that appears on screen going to be what we talk about on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Ugh, I don't know.
And are we going to get too pissed off when it's not what's on Twitter?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a. I
And
don't know.
the thing is, like, we're never gonna know. We're never gonna know now because now we have a multiverse where anything can happen.
But they also didn't like lean into that. I thought the whole point of this would
Yeah.
be that it's like they'll just rip open the multiverse. That'll be it as a way of saying it's like, look, guys, different universes, different people. Not all of it's going to match up. Chill out. Go enjoy some X-Men. Go enjoy some Fantastic Four, and we're just going to make some films.
Yeah.
I thought they would do that to give themselves a break because
It
The
is getting big.
the interconnectedness is brilliant, but it's also really fucking difficult.
Yeah.
And how the hell is anyone going to start watching these films? If
Yeah.
someone's not watched them, they never will. They can't now. Can you imagine going
20
to see
years
that?
from now and having a whole history. I mean, assuming that this is still going on 20 years from now, like having a whole history of these films. Like, what are you gonna do?
You can't keep... Anyway, so I was surprised that they didn't do that. I'm sure they know what they're doing.
They might still. They kind of they did well.
I don't...
Well, actually, something. Here's a little bit of a tangent. But when they talk about incursions, I didn't realize that was from the comic books. Like when two universes collide too much or
Secret
whatever.
Wars.
It's a lead into Secret Wars, and also leads to one or the other or both universes exploding. So that could be a way of saying we can't cross over too much. Let's put a few limits. But if Wolverine needs to be in this film, then
So they're gonna... Oh...
I feel like what the director. Are you having a breakthrough?
Keep talking.
Or an aneurysm? I feel like that's what they're going to do in the future. They're going to keep the universe in 616, and
It's not 616. 616 is comic books.
I also agree. But what do we call it then?
Well,
MCU.
if we'd done our homework, we could have like Googled what universe it is. But yes, MCU.
Why? Oh, yeah, that's a weird thing. Why would they call it 616? Because we know 616 is comic books, but also
Who called it 616? Oh, they said that in the film, didn't they?
Yeah,
I remember thinking at the time, it's like, it's not 616.
I'm pretty sure
616 is the comic book.
I'm pretty sure MCU has its own number,
Of course it does.
which I think it was 199999.
Yeah,
could be
something
wrong.
like... No, you're right. It's something like that.
Yeah,
I feel someone could have Googled that.
Christine Palmer.
Like...
We're 838. We've designated yours 199999. Like, I suppose that'd be like a little cheeky sort of Easter egg as well.
No,
I don't know.
the 616 is the Easter egg, but it's also
Yeah,
wrong.
It's wrong, and it makes
Like
geeks,
the only
it
people
makes
who...
geeks like us confused. Like, hang on a second.
Like, the only people who will know that are geeks.
Yeah.
The people who knew 199999 are
super geeks.
super geeks. But regular geeks will still be like, that's wrong, Christine, but okay, fine.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like, that's interesting. It's wrong.
That's interesting. Yeah, but nice
but
try.
It's interesting.
A swing and a miss.
Awkward.
We like it. How do we get onto that?
Multiverse, Secret Wars.
Incursions. Yeah, because incursions are a thing. Cameos. So, Professor X. What about the yellow hover thing?
Brilliant.
I loved it.
Love it.
A friend of mine was like, oh, but it wasn't even hovering.
Your
I'm
friend
like,
sounds like a
what?
dick.
Yeah. I didn't care. I loved it. The fact that he was in something other than a wheelchair. I was like,
He was brilliant. He was so wonderful.
I loved the bit.
So charismatic. It did. I feel like it was a little bit over explaining when he's like, "Oh, your mind is trapped in here because your other." I was like, "We know, Charles."
no, I loved it.
Oh, what?
He's like,
You didn't need to tell her that. He just needed to help her try and get out.
yeah, but it was I thought it was fine.
You didn't need to explain that to the audience. We've watched the film.
Oh, wasn't it? It was like it fit perfectly. Like Wanda Maximoff, your mind is being trapped. I'll help you. Astral plane, by the way.
Yeah,
totally.
I know what an
Yeah.
astral plane is.
We think so.
Well,
I loved
it's
it.
in her mind.
And then a little bit of a zombie horror thing.
It was great. Maybe I did like this film.
Did you? I'm just thinking about other things that were good about it. When he does a little mental thing as well, when they're still in the chamber, you see like ripples come out of his head as
Cheesy.
well. I thought it was a bit cheesy, but I know what that's from. It's from the TV show intro when he does that sort of. I don't know if it's actually in the show.
It's in the music. Yeah,
and he's like.
I think he does it in the he does it in the show as well. That's when it. Yeah, that was. That's stupid.
Well, here's the thing. Compare that to James McAvoy just putting his hand to his head and closing his eyes.
In the original, that's all Patrick did as well.
Not even like a sound effect or anything?
No. He just thought intently. I don't think he even did that because he doesn't need to. Roll Shakespeare.
I know, right? I am thinking. I'll put my hand to my head.
He's wonderful.
We love him. And finally, Black Bolt. Same actor. Oh
yeah, I completely forgot about him.
Exactly. Who's that for?
No, they should have been in it, but it also looked. I'm so sorry. I'm back on why I didn't like it. It looked cheap, like his little arm flaps when he like landed and everything, and when they blew up the other Strange in alternate reality, it was like clunky and it was not good. This should have been like. I should have jizzed myself when all this happened. And I'm like, it's a bit...
I was
a bit naff, plasticky.
Naff, yeah, that's a good word for it. It was I was underwhelmed
bit Fox
by
Universe,
the character.
if I'm honest.
What do
Fox
you mean?
Universe, like the X-Men films.
Yeah.
Did you see X-Men Apocalypse?
Yeah.
How it's like cheap and plasticky looking?
I suppose.
That kind of thing.
I never thought about why I didn't like that film so much, but I think maybe you hit the nail on the head. Like it was just sort of... Yeah, it was plasticky.
Plasticky looking. It's like you have all the money in the world. So
very underwhelmed.
It should have been the brilliantest thing ever, but it just wasn't perfect.
Wasn't perfect.
And everything else the MCU has done has kind of been perfect. So I don't know why it wasn't. Probably because Sam Raimi wanted to do like zombie horror, Dawn of the Dead, whatever his thing was. Not Dawn of the Dead. Evil Dead. And then there's goofy, zany action Marvel, and you have to choose which one you do. Like, you can have humor in horror, of course you can, but they were trying to do Marvel humor in horror, which just made the horror look stupid. Like,
I don't even think it was that funny.
It wasn't. I can't talk about the musical notes fight.
Oh my gosh!
Some people loved it. I thought it was awful. If you loved it, I'm happy you enjoyed it. I didn't.
You see, I studied music for a year before giving up on that and going into acting. Basically, I was like, I thought to myself at university, I'm never going to succeed as a musician. I'll never be financially sound. I know what I'll do. I'll become an actor.
I'll become an out-of-work actor
instead. Perfect change. But yeah, I appreciate the music and love Danny Elfman, who did the score. There's some interesting things to do. But it's just...
Made a lot of sense.
It felt, yeah. Did you not know it was Danny Elfman?
No, and then I saw the credits. Yeah. I'm like, that's why.
He's a brilliant musician, but I feel like something like the musical fight, which we've never seen him do anything like that before, as in the character of Doctor Strange. And also, it's just there for its own sake, which I don't really appreciate. Like for example,
it was such a huge tone shift. Like, it's supposed to be intimidating this scary weird guy, and then you're like Looney Tunes fighting with crotchets and quavers.
Oh, yeah, that was Looney Tunes. Yeah,
it's just it's so bizarre. But like, and then when he animates his dead body, it was just cheap looking. It just
I did not like the makeup effects on the zombie body. It
work.
Was. I remember thinking that this looks like a high school production of a zombie.
It's
layers on top of... Okay, zombie, which I don't like zombies as a concept. I think that I don't like watch horror films. I don't like zombie things. The zombies is eating away of flesh. Like, you should have less than your face. When you see zombie makeup or those layers on top of it, that looks really bad and really fake. Also, because you have stuff on your face, you can't use those muscles to emote and act, and it really hurt his performance as well.
Yeah. I think the whole thing, that the reason why it didn't hit for me was that it was trying to be one thing, trying to be horror, that sort of stuff, while at the same time trying to be lighthearted. It's like, which one is it? Pick one. And that's the first time it really hasn't worked, because not only does it just not work, it detracts from the horror.
Yeah.
Or from the spook, the scare. Everyone's like, oh, it was really scary. It's like, I was laughing at one point because it was just stupid.
Yeah, the tone difference.
Goofy, yeah. Which is a shame. But I feel like I've brought down the tone of the podcast.
No,
because I'm really disappointed in it.
I'm glad we talked about it, because I did enjoy the film. There were really good things about it, which but yeah, the tone was not homogenous. It was not even. I did enjoy it though.
I'm glad people are enjoying it. It's making lots of money. Great. So,
will we see more of Wanda, do you think?
So, what happened in the final scene with Wanda?
What do you mean what happened? Are you asking me or trying to quiz me on something? She has a change of heart, which is like, it's too quick. Yeah,
That's fine.
She destroys all of the dark holes in all dimensions.
And
she lets the tower collapse on herself.
And
that's it.
Is it?
I don't know. Are you going to tell me something else?
So, when it crumbled, you saw
a little poof of red.
Yeah, which I thought was like, that's such... Because at this point I was like, fuck this film, let it end. It was very much a depressing, like, that's the end of her. That's her magic going because she's been crushed.
Okay.
Everyone else has said that's her teleporting away because she's a fucking sorceress, and of course she can teleport.
Yeah, of course you can. Also, if she were to die, it wouldn't be a fucking poof. It'd be like an explosion, like radiate.
So
like
what happened?
Radius, like circular, like
so
a.
She... Okay, all right, chill back.
I can't think of words. No. Like a star exploding.
I get it. Supernova.
Things going up, yeah. That's how her magic would dissipate if she died.
So she teleported then.
I don't know what. She's probably still there. She's probably she's probably under the rubble, thinking about her mistakes.
It didn't occur to me that she would have teleported away. I was just like, this is such a sad ending to it. But apparently everyone else is like, no, she obviously teleported away. If she had, I feel they would have referenced it in the end credits. I think they wanted to see where it went. No, because I'm pretty sure her contract was up with this film.
Oh, that's different.
And other people have said that she's signed on to do another 7 years with Marvel.
What?
Which could be rumours, because they love to spread the rumours.
Yeah.
But she's also, like, the most popular character in the universe right now.
Sure.
So Elizabeth Olsen and her agent could have been like, we'll stay.
But we want
a solo
movie. Yeah.
And we want merchandising rights. You know?
Oh,
so every Funko Pop I buy from now on probably will be paying Elizabeth Olsen's rent.
As is the way that the world should be.
Absolutely. So
we'll see.
We'll see. Like, never in a million years would I have thought people would go and see a Scarlet Witch movie, because no one liked Scarlet Witch in the comics before any of this came out. Yeah. Everyone's like, But now, because she's done such a great job, it's like, what a world we live in, that there could be a Scarlet Witch film.
And also, she's an interesting character. Like,
she's a brilliant character.
One thing that I will say about this film.
I've loved her for years. I hate when people say that.
I loved her before she was cool.
I loved her before you knew about. Shut up, God, you're such a dick.
Where's this anger coming from? People.
Awful.
Speaking of cameos and rumors, obviously we've got the very end credits with Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron.
I have nothing to say. I thought it was Theron.
Theron, right?
Charlize Theron, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Because I used to call it Theron.
I know a lot of people say Theron, but I think even her Wikipedia says Theron, but I don't know. I know that's not really a source. I watched straight to the credits, and I saw the character's name, Clea. I instantly was like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You know, and know nothing about her, and I'm going to leave it that way.
I know bits and pieces about her. I'm not a huge Doctor Strange fan comic-wise, so I know who she's related to, where she's from, and her connection to Doctor Strange.
Oh, and the Dark Dimension.
Yeah.
I read about that, yeah.
But that's about it. I've seen her a couple of times.
Little teaser.
Because people thought that Christine would turn out to be her. Because they knew they had to have her in it.
Fair enough. And of course, rumored as well that they filmed a scene with Tom Cruise as Iron Man and also Deadpool.
I'm so happy that the Tom Cruise rumor was not true, because that would have been so awful and cheesy. Can you imagine him
Yeah.
in that fight sequence? Awful.
Speaking of, even if it was just like a 2 second blasting through a universe where he's like, oh.
Awful.
Deadpool. Those rumors of Deadpool as well.
Yeah. I don't think they know what to do with Deadpool.
Oh, they really don't. They're gonna have trouble with him, aren't they?
Yeah. They need things to be less connected and worried about that for Deadpool to work. Because he just has to be able to do whatever he wants.
Kind of, yeah.
We'll see.
Let's talk about the Marvel pub quiz that I hosted and you attended.
I feel like you need a better kind of segue into that. Staying on the topic of Marvel, but let's move it out of the cinemas and into real life, shall we?
Yes.
In
terms of
our real life.
our real life. So, how do we put our geekery to the test? Our Marvel knowledge. We quiz it. We quiz ourselves. So I'm a pub quiz host. One of the many things that I do. The weekly pub quiz that I do, which is a general knowledge Tuesday night Crystal Palace pub, they wanted to start doing a monthly themed night on a Thursday. First one was like Harry Potter. The second one was like Friends. You know, like the normal stuff. And
of course.
And then one of the women who came to one of the quizzes, she was like, "Oh my god, you have to do like a Marvel quiz. I would love that." I'm like, good idea. That's a really good idea because that's something that I know something about, not like the minutiae of Harry Potter or like the TV show Friends. So they agreed, and they did a Marvel quiz, and that was a few weeks ago on a Thursday. And of course, my co-host Nicholas, he came in attendance with his also other friend, Marvel.
His other friend. I have another friend.
You have another friend.
I have two.
I was going to say your straight friend.
He is a straight friend.
Oh, he is? Okay, because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to lie. This isn't a gay quiz,
Sexy
by the way.
Doug.
Sexy Doug. He can still be... Yeah, I guess that's what it was.
He is sexy, but he's also just Doug. But yes, he was known for many years as Sexy Doug.
Are you objectifying Doug?
He loves it.
Fine. If he consents.
He does consent.
So, as opposed to a general knowledge Tuesday quiz, this was a quiz all about Marvel. And it was 40 questions. And when I didn't receive the questions until about 2 days before the quiz. And I noticed that the file name was Marvel Theme Quiz October 2019. And I was like, oh great. This is going to be
so what was
old.
Did you take questions off?
Loads.
Oh.
Loads of questions.
And did you have to make them up?
Oh, yeah. They didn't give me any substitute questions. I made up about a good quarter of those questions. So, Garfield for Spider-Man. Here's some of the names, the team names.
Yes.
No Way Gnome Last? No, I don't know.
That's stupid.
Hulk Smash My Back Doors In.
That's fucking brilliant.
Lovely.
I love that one.
The No Way Gnomes. Again, because of the Spider-Man film. This one's not even a Marvel. Huh?
No Way Gnomes?
Oh, yeah. No, but it's a reference. It's like they're...
Gnomes?
No.
It's a stupid one. Next.
It was the next one. That one's not even a Marvel one. Boar Ragnarok.
Because they're bored?
Because they didn't like the film, I don't know. Boar.
That's shit.
Dumb. I'm something of a scientist myself. At least it's a reference, you know.
That's great.
My favorite, America's Ass.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Great.
Which I did say in the quiz as well. That coincidentally was my nickname at college.
Yes. Hilarious.
Not true, but I use that joke a lot.
Yes, you used it twice that night.
I did, yeah. What was the other nickname?
I don't know, but you used it twice.
Low-key alcoholics.
Fucking brilliant. That was excellent.
Now, this team, who I've not seen for a while, they attended the quiz every week before the pandemic. They're called Sparkle Motion.
Oh.
Which is a reference to Donnie Darko.
Oh.
The film Donnie Darko. Do you remember Beth Grant comes up to the door to Mrs. Darko. She's like, the daughter didn't come to the cheerleading practice, and she's like, I'm not gonna let her go. And then the woman's like, I don't think you're taking seriously. Wait, what does he say? I don't think you're taking. I'm fucking up this line. I don't think you're taking Sparkle Motion seriously. I don't remember how it's a great line. No. Anyway, this is terrible.
Anyway.
And this team name is Sparkle Motion Assemble.
Okay.
Fine.
That's fine.
Yes, we Kang.
I felt you gave the prize to that, but you probably gave it...
Don't remember.
That's bad. That's good. You referenced Kang, but
Good for you. Penguins of Valhalla, which now that I read it again after 2 weeks, it does actually say Penguins of Valhalla. Misspelling. A reference to two people that's not Marvel related, and the Winter Boners, which is hilarious.
Ugh, it's not hilarious.
No, it's not.
But it made Sexy Dog laugh. So
Did it?
because he likes stupid jokes that aren't
Boners?
funny, and he finds boners hilarious because he's a straight guy.
So it's not a reference to the Jennifer Lawrence film, Winter's Bone.
No, it's the Winter Soldier.
But what is so? It's not even a pun. Soldiers are. You can't say whatever. Boners, soldiers.
We did, and that's what we went with, and it's still better than some of them. You know.
So I'm not going to read all these questions.
No, I was just curious which are the ones that you had to. Which ones did you have to substitute in then?
Look at the number of inks. Okay.
What is it with you and words today?
Mm-hmm. I did a lot of editing. So here's the thing: it was 2019 quiz. There were at least 2 or 3.
May I see it?
For the Dark World references.
Oh, no.
Some Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. There's at least 2 of those. Why don't you take this and see if you can understand my scribblings? The questions that I crossed off because they were too dumb or generic or easy or...
How many standalone Iron Man films are there?
Yeah, that was question number 1.
Question 1, ease them into it, but jeez.
And the one that I replaced that with, not everyone got right, which I was surprised with.
I know.
One
Division one. That was a good question.
Thank you.
Yeah, because people were really confident and it was wrong. It was great.
One team's at Eastview, I'm sure.
They absolutely did. I think we were marking them and they're like, what? It's right. It's like, I'm going to tell you now.
Wrong.
That is wrong.
Yeah, I wrote that in. Didn't I?
You did the 1986 first ever Marvel live action film.
Yes, I did.
Which we got right.
I didn't want it to be an MCU quiz. I wanted it to be a Marvel quiz.
People got really shitty when you very clearly said which Marvel film was this actress in, and they got really shitty because it's not in the MCU. It's like, you got to pay closer attention, guys.
Oh,
that's why you didn't win.
Yeah, that was Emma Stone, wasn't it?
Emma Stone.
I didn't say it was an MCU film.
Nope.
It was a Marvel.
I was listen to him very carefully.
Oh, by the way, I didn't mention, but all those teams played. Who won?
The Winter Boners.
Winter Boners won. Complete legit, and I even came round to help you, and you're like, no, we don't want to hate.
Get out. I also won Fastest Finger Round, the lightning round as well.
You did? Do you still have that prize, that little charm that you got?
It's in the coffee table. I don't surprised you didn't notice it.
Oh.
In my flat. Anyway.
Yeah, I did a Marvel quiz.
The point is, there was a Marvel quiz hosted by John, who is very funny, very good. I was like, he's going to be cheesy, but it was very good.
Totally
and more
cheesy.
Importantly, I fucking won.
Yes, you did.
Doug helped a little bit, but let's face it.
In case anyone is doubting your cred.
I was happy. I would have been fine if I didn't win. I was like, that's fine. Some smart, nerdy person would have won instead of me.
Yeah.
But alas, they didn't because I am the nerdiest,
smartiest
of them all.
You even got the Jane Foster question, which was, what was her profession?
It was a guess. We just did a...
Oh. Okay.
Because I knew he was a doctor, so I assumed how else would he have met a woman in the 60s? She was a nurse.
Who's a doctor?
Thor. It's Dr. Donald Blake. In the comics, he is a human who gets the powers of Thor. So he is a lame doctor who needs a cane. And
didn't they retcon that to be Odin banishing him to Midgard?
Some shit like that. Yeah, they got rid of it really quickly. Or, in after the films because it's not bothered with that.
Fair enough. And then Donald Blake is on some sort of
on his name tag
in the first Thor film.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Because that was a callback to because that's his character's name.
There you go. It all ties together.
It does.
That's one of the that's an example of an Easter egg where you wouldn't notice it, but people who do know it, they're like, hey, I know that. Yeah.
It means a lot. That's nice.
It doesn't detract from the story. It doesn't rely on the story in any way. So good. I'm glad. Now let's finish this before we get carried away. But it was good fun. I'm really happy. The next quiz at the end of this month, at the end of May, is going to be Game of Thrones. Did I tell you this?
You did, but I will not be winning that one.
No? I will. Oh, wait, I'm hosting it.
You can't win that one. Where is it? Tell the people where it is.
It is. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. I'll plug it. So, it is at the pub where I do my usual Tuesday night general knowledge quiz, the Westow House in Crystal Palace, Southeast London, WESTOW house.co.uk. You can book a table. I'm pretty sure that they have like a Facebook thing as well, and of course on my Instagram, I'll talk about it a lot, which you can also follow at JONMARX, John Marks, my Instagram. You can follow it if you want to. Probably shouldn't, but if you feel like you want to.
It's all PG. It's all very...
Yes, it is all PG.
It's all appropriate.
Unless you join my close friends list.
I'm on your close friends list.
Oh, you are, aren't you?
Yes. I haven't been shocked yet.
No.
There's a couple, but
it's all above board. Let's play Smash or Pass.
Are we doing it specifically for Doctor Strange? Because this is going to be a really
No, because you're not going to enjoy that. So let's do something a bit different. Let's just do something Marvel related. Let's do list of. I'm going to look up a list of Marvel villains.
Great.
The top 100 Marvel villains according to listchallenges.com.
Okay.
We'll go as far as we want to before we get bored. Smash or Pass, Doctor Doom, number 1.
Smash.
Yeah? Wait.
I'm thinking of... this is comic book characters, right?
Sure,
or film characters?
Let's do comic book characters.
Is this the comics or the films?
This is Marvel villains, so comics, yeah.
Smash.
Smash?
I think so. Like, he will be arrogant, but he's super intelligent, so he knows what he's doing. Mm-hmm. Also a little bit vulnerable, like...
Yeah.
That sort of thing, so he's going to be... And I find that very endearing.
Ego is always vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I'd smash it as well. Number 2, Magneto.
Yeah, smash.
Smash, yeah. Daddy.
Absolute daddy, yeah.
Next one, Green Goblin.
Pass.
Bit too crazy?
But Norman Osborn? Pass. No. Like, he's got all the crazy and the arrogance without any of the, like, clever...
Yeah.
Convoluted depth. He's just gone crazy because of stuff.
You know what the difference is? Anybody who goes hell-bent on, like, a specific gimmick, like his is the Halloween pumpkin bombs kind of thing. Yeah, I'll pass as well. I'm with you. Red Skull.
Pass. Nazi. Yeah. I think a Nazi is always a safe pass.
Safe pass. Okay, I'd pass as well. Loki.
Smash.
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 Need we say more?
No.
Galactus.
I don't think I could handle that.
Beyonce.
Can you handle this? It's a planet-sized penis. I don't think I could handle that.
I mean, you know who else has got a planet-sized penis? They don't call him Mr. Fantastic for nothing.
Oh, gross.
Ultron.
Pass. He's not even a sexy robot.
No, he's not. You know, he's a program.
There's no charm.
With a one-track mind. Pass. Thanos.
I'm also going to pass on Thanos. I know lots of people are into it because, like, some of the fan art going around of thirsty Thanos.
Yeah.
I thoroughly recommend googling that.
Okay.
But not for me, I'm afraid. I would have thought I'd be into that. Aliens. We discovered in Star Trek. I've got a thing for aliens.
Aliens, yeah.
But no.
Also, in the comics, Titan is literally like the moon Titan. Whereas in the films, they just made it like some other random planet.
Yeah.
Whatever. Apocalypse.
No, pass. No.
I think I'll have to pass as well. I'm not sure, but he's just sort of...
there's nothing endearing about that.
I think the Pestilence puts me off.
He only fucked Pestilence.
What?
Didn't he fuck Pestilence?
I don't remember.
I don't know. Someone did.
Wasn't me.
Okay.
Next.
Pass.
Kingpin.
Oh, no.
No, pass.
Pass.
Dr. Octopus.
Wait. Oh, okay. I'm gonna, just in case it's Alfred Molina, I'm gonna say smash.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Really? I mean, definitely smash Alpha Melina, but I'd probably smash Dr. Octopus anyway.
Especially in like the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. He's ripped
Wait.
with a bad haircut, but I'd still do it. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that one. What about like 70s Dr. Octopus, where he's like got like this dad bod kind of green spandex? No.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see how Doc Ock presents himself then before
Fine.
we agree.
Venom.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, smash
it.
Smash
I
it.
think a lot of that has to do with Tom Hardy though as well, which I still haven't seen that film.
It's
Either
not
one.
good.
Okay.
Another situation of where it should have been good because it's Tom Hardy and it's a fun concept because I love the whole symbiote storyline, and it's not good. Sorry, Thomas.
Nope.
You know it too. But we'll.
I've heard of it, but
I wouldn't bother.
I still smash it.
Yeah.
Ooh, get in my mind, sexy symbiote. No? Okay, fine. Kang the Conqueror. I don't know much enough about him.
I know of him, but he's quite convoluted, and I keep getting him confused with someone else, I think, who may also still be him. Because there's like 3 versions of him, because obviously he travels through time. Like, I get him and Immortus confused. I'm going to smash, because the Kang from Loki was really hot, so...
Yes, the Kang.
Just in case we get that one.
I'm gonna pass. I think all the time travel is gonna be. It's just too much baggage.
Get it.
Mephisto.
That was the name I was trying to remember. It's like, it could have been Mephisto. No, no.
No.
Mephisto.
Yeah.
No. Pass. He's Satan. No, thank you.
You not into that?
No.
I'd smash.
No, you can have it.
Dirty.
Pass.
Dormammu.
Again, he's just a giant floating flamer.
I'm not sure what he would
Smash!
Does he count as an alien?
No.
Does Dormammu have a penis?
Pass. I'm sure he does, but probably a demonic one. I'm respectfully gonna have to pass Dormammu.
I'll pass as well. I'm not sure what he brings to the table really.
I just want to point out, and it's a bone of contention. I pronounce it Dormammu,
Bone of contention.
not Dormammu.
Okay.
Which I know is probably wrong, only because Dormammu was how it's pronounced in the 1970s Spider-Woman show, and that is my very first Marvel TV show that I ever watched and loved, so I will forever call it Dormammu.
Okay, fair enough.
Because Dormammu sounds stupid to me. But I apologise if that's how it's pronounced, and if I'm somehow erasing your...
Can I just giggle as well, because you said bone of contention.
Bone of contention. The winter boner of contention.
Winter boners of contention. Mandarin.
He's
not been around for a while.
Well, I just see the comic book one, and he's just like a very Chinese racist stereotype. Was he like green?
Like his costume, you mean?
His like skin looks a bit green. I just remember from the cartoon. I had a pass. Nothing excites me about Mandarin.
10 rings, but they're just sort of...
He was gorgeous, but like comic book wise, like nah.
Nah. Okay, I'll pass. Now here's the first one that I don't know who this is. Leader.
From Genosha?
Does this ring a bell?
Does he have like...
Green, big brain type thing, kind of a crown, big muscles.
What? Show me.
Let me tap on it, see.
Oh.
No? Wow, we are stumped. Let's pass.
Big green, big head guy.
Can't wait for him to show up in the MCU. Ow, ow. I have no idea.
How is that sexy?
I'm just trying.
Okay.
Baron Zemo.
I will, just because he's hot in the films.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not like...
Smash.
He's not bad.
It's been a long winter, John. Smash.
I'll smash with the comics. He seems like a badass, but... not the
Wait,
films.
he's not a Nazi, is he?
No,
really. I feel like he'd be anti-Nazi. I apologize if I've got that wrong.
He's like a nihilist, kind of.
Okay.
Sabretooth.
Okay. He is a horrible rapist and murderer.
Oh.
Smash. Only because...
Moving on.
only because... I started reading comics in the 90s, and that's when he was living with the X-Men, and they drew him a lot. Like, he was a captive there, and they drew him a lot in just like civvies, so he was like in a white vest and stuff, just as a prisoner, and then it would get ripped when he fought Jean Grey, and it's up on my wall. There's a poster of him, and it's just like ripped, and he's just this massive mound of muscle. So that's how I think of Sabretooth. So
Fair enough.
Smash.
So before he gets all rapey, then.
I mean, he'd already raped, but.
Oh, dear.
Ugh.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I'll pass.
Fair enough.
Carnage.
No, I'll stick with Venom. Just the one, thanks.
Yeah,
I think
he's a bit sort of
pass.
too crazy. Now, here's the first female on this list.
Oh my god, it really is. Isn't that awful?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, for one
We're like,
time, it
what?
works in our favour. The gays get to smash.
Yeah. Dark Phoenix.
Oh my god. I don't know how that would even work.
I don't care, but I want to find out.
Me?
Smash.
Oh, absolutely. Anything. Anything I can do. Anything. What you want. Anything.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Fine. You burn
She doesn't want me. There's no interest, but it's fine.
Yeah, we said that before about other things, but we still want to
Yeah,
try.
yeah, we'll give it a go.
Bullseye.
He famously played by both Colin Farrell and that really hot guy in Daredevil, so I'm gonna smash.
Okay, for that reason, yeah, fine.
They are both fucking hot.
Going on the characters, I'm gonna pass because isn't he like a psychopath? And I just don't want.
All of these guys are psychopaths. Like, let's not be with them. That.
Mystique.
Oh my god! Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 100%.
Smash away
Over and over again.
Because you could smash all of them just by smashing Mystique.
Yeah, oh my god, that's a good point. Except for Galactus.
It's a lot of mass.
Do you think she has like an extendable penis as well?
I feel like there's a rule that she can't have like more than her body mass.
Yeah.
So she would just be a penis then, because the rest of her would shrink.
If she would,
she'd just be a giant penis.
What about just like a normal penis?
I mean, yes, it'd still be big, but like wouldn't be planet-sized.
No.
Yeah, she can make a big penis if she wants.
There we go. She's definitely been men.
She has been men. Yeah, she met her wife when she was playing as a man.
Didn't she like father somebody in the comics?
Apparently that was one of the storylines that the writer at the time really wanted to make that the case. So I don't remember if it was going to be for Rogue or for Nightcrawler that Mystique was actually going to be their father. I think it makes more sense with Rogue because Irene raised and that would have been lovely. But
Irene is Destiny.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But obviously they weren't allowed to do that. They're still not allowed to do that. So.
Yeah. But then of course, if we're getting too
let's not
nerdy about like changing the genetics, like your genomes, changing like at a cellular level, being able to change the chromosomes, the fact that you can make sperm, whatever, that's too much.
She can make a penis. She can make sperm.
I suppose. MODOK.
No, bless your sweetheart. Pass.
Juggernaut.
Again, I don't know if I could.
It's the sort of attitude. I don't like it. Pass.
No, pass.
Mr. Sinister.
Sure, let's give it a go. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, he's a bit of a mystery. I'll let him smash.
He's also camp as Christmas lately, so I feel like he'd be ridiculously fun.
Oh yeah.
He's gone really weird.
Totally camp.
I love it. I love that they're gonna.
Okay, last one.
Yep.
Grandmaster.
Why did you choose that one to finish on? I don't know who that is.
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh.
From Ragnarok.
Okay.
I don't know why he's on the villains list. Because I don't know. Well, I mean,
I think that's fine. Yeah. Sure. Why not? Alien. Yeah. Jeff Goldblum. Alien. Jeff Goldblum. Fine. Done.
Alien.
Smash.
Tick. Jeff Goldblum. Tick.
Smash.
Yeah. Fine.
Done.
Anytime. What do you think of?
No, it's bad to do that.
I'm not.
Impressions not your thing?
Not impressions.
No.
Impressionist, nor am I a comedian.
No.
But there we go. That's it. We've had enough content. Let's do this.
There'll be plenty of other Marvel people that we can pretend to smash or pretend to pass on.
If you've listened to this episode and you want to have your own voice, you want to like have add. Did we miss something out about Doctor Strange? Did we miss a Marvel villain that you want to smash it past? Let us know in the comments below. Just kidding.
We don't have comments.
I know.
We will set up something.
We're not on YouTube.
We will set up a Twitter and an email once we're 100% all but good to go. But if you would like to reach out to us individually, I am on Twitter at Nick Baker Geek. That's the easiest way to get in touch.
And I'm on Instagram at John Marks, JONMARX.
Thank you for listening. I know we got some stuff wrong. We did try our best, and we nerded out for 2 hours recording this.
Let us know what we got wrong.
Yeah.
We'll try to fix it in the future. as one of us has said before, we're not complete geeks.
But we're working on it.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.